I have a new TV show on Newsmax TV on Saturdays at 7:30. Tune in, you'll enjoy it.
The Battle of the Somme is important not just in World War One, but because it reflects on the maximum degree of idiocy of which generals are capable. In particular, one man, Douglas Haig, Haig, who was the commander of the British Army during it. The British and Commonwealth forces suffered 500,000 casualties, with over 100,000 dead. Meanwhile, the French, who were their allies in this particular battle, suffered 200,000 casualties and 50,000 dead, all to gain a total of 6 miles. The battle lasted 5 months, from July 1st, 1917, until the middle of November 1917, about 1 year before World War I ended. It was the epitome of insanity. The British, who initiated the battle, kept sending troops against German lines to be met with machine guns, artillery, and barbed wire to slow them down. About 70% of the casualties were inflicted by artillery, and they were gruesome casualties. Many of the wounded died, and in addition to the numbers I quoted. And the entire reason for it was that the British command had no idea other than just attrition, just kill more Germans than you did British, and at some point this war would have to end because they'd run out of men. It was the most brutal, horrific series of decisions. The machine gun had been invented, but the tank had only just been invented and was not in wide use. So when men attacked across the no man's land, they would get strung up in the barbed wire that the other side strewn throughout the no man's land. And as they tried to cut their way through the barbed wire, they'd be mowed down by machine guns and destroyed by artillery. Absolutely an incredible spectacle. But there was something behind it that was even more sinister. In the English class system, the upper class were the officers and the lower class were the troops. And it was the first major citizen army in British history, where everybody either enlisted or at some point was conscripted into the military. And the British leadership believed that these low-class people, these common people, simply couldn't be trusted with complicated military maneuvering. The only thing they were good for is being given a rifle, put in a trench, and then sent charging over the trench to try to occupy the enemy trench. And the German high command was just as bad. It was warfare on the class system, and really the beginning of the end of large deaths in battle. There were still, obviously, instances where gigantic casualties took place, largely grouped around the suicidal military doctrine of the Japanese in the closing year of World War II. But this was the last time that it was really an official government policy of a sane democracy. And it wiped out an entire generation of British citizens. Every class in school was decimated with, a tenth or third or even half of their membership killed in the battle. And we should honor it today.